You can have anything you want in this life, and it took me 20 years to realize that. I was 20 when I dropped out of college and started chasing the life of my dreams. And I originally discovered the law of attraction, but I would soon learn that it's actually another primary law that governs everything that you get with the law of attraction. And most people are utilizing the law of attraction wrong because they don't fully understand it and understand that it's a secondary law. But if you really want to get everything you want this year, if you want to make millions of dollars, if you want your dream relationship, or you just want your dream life in general, all you have to do is become a vibrational match. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how you can do that and how I did that. Literally from going from a farm boy who was going playing college soccer, who was not at all living the life that he knew he was worthy of and should be living and felt called to live, to simply reverse engineering and figuring out and having the clarity of going out and deciding, okay, if I can have anything I want in this life, because it's going to go by in a blink of an eye, what would I do? What would I get? What do I want? What am I aligned with? And so on. And there's many laws that govern the universe, and it's important to understand them. But the one that I really want to focus on in this video is the one that completely transformed my life and will 100% transform yours. And in fact, this can either be your biggest asset or your biggest catalyst. So right now, because you're not in proper understanding and awareness of your overall vibration, you're vibrating at a frequency that isn't in alignment with what you want, but it is always what you get. So whatever you tune into is always going to be the matching reality that you attract into your life. So the matching circumstances, situations, people, and things that provide and match that emotion that you're admitting, that ultimate feeling and that dominant vibration. Growing up, I was always told, you can't do this, you have to do this, you got to go to school, and so on and so forth. And that cage was literally the limiting beliefs that dictated all of my next moves. You see, we all are self-made, but only the successful admit it. I was creating my future reality based off the current thoughts and actions and so on I kept doing on a daily basis. I myself wasn't changing, and I kept getting the same results because I didn't have a new perspective. I wasn't operating at a new frequency. The moment that you figure out and you have the clarity on exactly what you want, and whether that's millions of dollars or whatever it is, what you have to do is you have to literally teleport to the version of you, right, that has it all already. You see them in clear picture. It's you, but you're driving your dream car, living your dream home, living in the dream lifestyle, and so on and so forth. And what you need to do is you need to reverse engineer backwards. So you need to reverse engineer into your present moment, into actionable steps. So you have to start with the micro actions, and you have to start with changing your thoughts, perspectives, beliefs, because you yourself have to become a different person to have a different life. Success is something that you attract, and you attract it by the ultimate being that you embody. So if you want to compress space and time and get everything that you desire, what I did is I dropped out of college and I became someone who is a young college dropout millionaire. I was so in tune with that vision. I knew that I was going to be the person, I am that person that dropped out of college and was the 1% and pulled it off and built a multi-million-dollar company. And I changed everything about myself. I moved across the country. Everything that I did and became obsessed with was nothing like the old me. I fell in love with reading and learning books and looked at them like treasure chests and knew as I became better, everything else in my life would become better. Because you don't want to wish that it was easier. Just wish that you were better and become better. And that's the fun part about life. And every single day I would try, strategize, and keep going and learn and grow. Rather than being scared to fail, I knew that I was just allowing me to get closer and closer to that dream reality that I desired. And I detached from the outcome because I already had the faith and alignment that it would happen. I already affirmed that reality. I already decided on it. I just had to wait for the materialistic world and the outer world to catch up to what my vibration was admitting. And I held it. I became a new person. I had new thoughts. I had new perspectives. The conversation I would have with myself 3 months after dropping out of college versus the person that was still in there and too scared and timid to go all in on his dreams was two completely different people with two completely different mindsets, emitting two completely different vibrations. So yes, there are multiple versions of you, multiple lives that you could be living in. It's all dictated by your ultimate vibration. So what creates your ultimate dominant vibration? That really determines what you get with the law of attraction, because the vibration is the frequency frequency that you emit that gets broadcasted out to the law of attraction, which again ultimately determines what the law of attraction is going to bring you. And these, again, are the universal laws that govern the entire universe. And everything is running in perfect order. Everything has a purpose, from the rock to the tree and so on. And everything has a cause and effect, just like your thoughts. So what you need to focus on is high vibrational thoughts. See, everything that is around you is energy, and it's built up of atoms vibrating at a certain frequency. See, the secret to life is that everything is vibrating at a certain frequency. From the stars to the moon to the water to the air to everything in between is vibrating at a certain frequency. And based off what you emit, like an antenna sticking out of your head, it's going to determine what you ultimately get. So you can attract new things and new circumstances into your life by holding the dominant vibration that is in alignment with what you want. And alignment is so key, because so far in life you probably haven't been embracing your natural gifts and talents and purpose, which is ultimately going to put you at the highest frequency. And you haven't probably been in love with the journey of excellence, because we're supposed to be in a pursuit of excellence here on earth. And as spiritual beings, we have so much potential. And when we first come here in our childlike self, we have so much optimism. We are curious. We are joyful. We are grateful. And we have natural desires and wants. When we see the toy in the shelves, we have a desire and want for it. And then Santa Claus comes by and always gives us our gifts and blessing, right? So, it is something that always works out for us and has faith. And even if we don't get it, we're perfectly fine with that. We find other things to play with. And that's how life should be. It should be exciting. And we forget about the laughter and how much in the present we're supposed to be on a daily basis. And again, how much we're supposed to be getting done, how much enjoyment, how much frequency we're supposed to be sending out into the world. And over time we get, told this is how life is. We get instilled with these false beliefs and these faulty beliefs that other people unfortunately had, and they're just passing that knowledge down to you as if it's truth, but it's not truth. There's only one truth. There's an absolute truth, but there's different perspectives of looking at the truth, and that determines your belief system on what you get. When I ultimately changed my beliefs, I changed my thoughts, I started thinking in positive perspectives that there's always more than enough for me, that opportunity is plenty, that the money is already printed. There's plenty of money. It's all printed. It's just waiting for me to become a vibrational match to claim it. Once I become a vibrational match for that, then I can set up the receiving channels for it to finally come into my life, because it's like a plane flying over your head, right? And it can't land. Your desires and wants, whatever it is, it can't land until you clear the blockage, the mental filth that's in the runway that's blocking it from landing. But the moment that you remove the blockage, then you're always in a natural high vibrational state. So then you're simply just going to receive it. And if you want to make more money in this life, you just have to focus on providing more value at scale, because money is just an exchange for value. And it's all part of the vibrational principle. So when you naturally embrace your God-given purpose, talents, and gifts, and you have full faith and alignment, which God wants you to do, and the alignment part is so key, because if you're out of alignment, things aren't going to feel good. You're not going to have high energy levels, and you're not going to be in that natural flow state. You want to enter that natural flow state where you love what you do, you're passionate about, something that you enjoy, and then you do that on a daily basis. You emit such a high frequency, and then you set up ways to provide value to society, and your natural contributions always will bring you a matching amount of money into your life. See, there's money that wants to come into your life, but because you haven't figured out the way of setting up the receiving channels, it can't come to you. And you never have to necessarily ask the how, but you need to focus on becoming better. So it really is a journey of self-development, because as you become better, you become more confident, you emit higher and higher vibrations. You're doing things in active love. As you learn information and get better, again, success is something that you attract. You naturally contribute more value. You have more skill sets. There's more capabilities. You have, a way to get a higher raise or get bonuses, because you can provide more value to the workplace, or eventually you grow out of that shell of that environment and you get upgraded to a new environment, because the law of attraction says, hey, you're out vibrating your current, past manifestations. It's time for us to upgrade you. Don't focus on your past outer manifestations to dictate what you should get in the future. No, it starts within. So you want to create the new you inside of you, hold that frequency for long enough, and let reality catch up. And that's how it always will work. I went from a farm boy dropout to going on to cash collecting $300,000 in the next 6 months, moving into my dream multi-million-dollar mansion that was 7,000 square feet. And from the outside in, it looks like impossible. Like, it was hard for probably every single person in my hometown to even comprehend such a thing. And I get it. And again, it was just understanding and acknowledging the knowledge of life, where if I know I'm holding this high vibration, and if I'm doing my part every single day, and embracing who God made me to be and getting better and figuring how I can help as many people as possible, money will always flow to me easily, effortlessly, and abundantly. And each one of us can do this at any time by simply having that faith and alignment and holding that high dominant vibration, because everything we want, all of our desires, it's on a state of love, joy, gratitude, and so on. And why wouldn't you want to choose a life that is involved in embodying all those great things? So the moment I embody the version of me that is already in the mansion, already looks at, there's already more than enough for everyone. I'm happy, I feel good, I have the same feelings that the mansion would have brought me, that the dream girl would have bought me, dream car, and so on and so forth, that it was just a natural byproduct of my vibration. Therefore, reality caught up to it, and I just kept getting upgrade and upgrade and upgrade, even to this point, and this is why I really emphasize, you don't have to ask the how, you just gotta start. As I was given a Ferrari 488 GTB, an over $350,000 car, I was given it at one by a stranger. That is the power of serendipities, is the power of synchronicities, it's the power, and to show you like really like what type of results you can get. So you don't really need to worry like how it's gonna happen. Like God's universe can really determine that for you, or God himself can get involved and line that up for you. But he's already set up everything to work out in our favor and to support us here on earth. See, most people live their life based off false perspectives and faulty beliefs. The moment that you flip the switch for when something that seems like it's blocking you on the path is causing you not to get to your goals, it's always the exact opposite of that. Again, it's perspective. So, you know, when something blocks you or you lose your next biggest client or whatever it is, it's actually redirecting you on the path that you're supposed to be. Or there's a certain obstacle that you have to overcome where you yourself become better, so then you can handle the next round of gifts and blessings. Because if you just win the money right away, you necessarily may not be the person that can actually keep it and maintain it, or it may ruin you, it may destroy your life, it may cause everyone to turn on you, right? So you have to become better. See, becoming a multimillionaire isn't about the money, it's about the person you have to become in order to become a multimillionaire. And it's this philosophy and wisdom that you develop as you get older and as you gain more knowledge in life, right? It's the experiences, wisdom that you have to gain, memories you get to make, people you get to meet, the trips, the freedom aspects. It's all these wonderful parts of life into one that allow the money to come. But again, the money is just a byproduct. It's not your purpose, it's not your fulfillment. It just naturally happens as you're contributing value and embracing who you really are here on earth. And again, it's just very key to one, identity swap into the person that has it all. So therefore, if you, and you can really look at this from like a logistical perspective here, right? If you're taking the same actions, having the same thoughts, same feelings and emotions as the version of you that has millions of dollars, is living the life of your dreams, it's just a matter of time before that comes into reality. And then from a vibrational perspective, you're emitting such a high frequency. Again, it's just a matter of time before, if everything's vibrating at a certain frequency, it's just a matter of time for it's attracted and brought into your life. And again, matching that reality. Our belief systems control our reality. Our perspectives control our reality. When we're at a coffee shop and there's a long line and you're in a rush for work and so on, you're stressed out, you're upset, more and more things are gonna keep happening that go wrong. The coffee's gonna knock on your shirt, it's gonna cause this, blah, 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 but it's all perspective based. See, when I'm in a long line, I may say, oh, well, I'm in a long line, maybe there's someone around me that I need to talk to, meet, help have a better day. Or maybe I have time to check my emails, not respond to messages, or make a call an old friend, call a family member, maybe, and I look for the positives in every situation. Once you look for it, energy goes, or wherever attention goes, energy flows, right? So you want to focus on the good, no matter what the circumstance may be seen from someone with a limited mindset. You yourself want to find the good, and when you focus on the good, you're going to attract things that support that belief system. When the coffee gets spilled on my shirt, I may say, oh, thank goodness, I was looking to go shopping. I needed an excuse or reason anyways. And then that's the new shirt that you get where the new girl notices you and she ends up being your wife. It's those things that you have to trust the process on. And until you learn to do that throughout life and not taking it too seriously and enjoying that it's understanding it's blessings and gifts every single day, and they're going to come in surprising ways, and you don't know how the path's going to reveal itself, but it's about being in alignment with your purpose and who you are and your true authentic self, and your soulful self is going to allow all the other things to line up for you. It's just waiting for you. Everything's there's waiting for you. It's just waiting for you to become a vibrational match to claim it. If you like this type of content, make sure to smash that sub button, leave a like, and just remember, I'm rooting for you. And everything you want, everything you desire is 100% possible, but it's up for you to decide, and only you can write your own prophecy. Get a journal, write your goals down, get clarity, get a clear vision. Remember, you can only achieve what you believe to be possible, and you have to know where you're going in order to get there. Let's go.